I got to do some reaction videos. I know you people love it, and there's things that just are mind-blowing. Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Michael Franzese. Hope everybody is doing well. All is very good, very blessed on this end. As always, I give God all the praise, honor, glory, and thanksgiving for that, especially through this holiday Christmas season. Great time of the year. I know they were struggling throughout the world. We understand what's going on. We certainly aren't blind to that. But hey, we make the best of it, and we do realize as Christians, this is all about Jesus. We celebrate his birth. For those of you that say he wasn't born on December 25th, what I say is we celebrate his birth on December 25th, the birth of our Lord, and just people enjoy it. Make the best of it. You can only control what you can control in life, and everything else you pray about it and hope that it works out. Before we get going, a couple of things. Being that this is the Christmas season, for those of you that doubt there is the existence of God, I want you to read this book. It's a challenge. Is God real? Lee Strobel, he's a friend. He was once an atheist, a stone-cold atheist. He was a reporter for the Chicago Tribune, an investigative reporter. His wife became a Christian. He was incensed, so mad about it, that he said, you know what, I'm going to prove her wrong. And he started an investigation into whether God is real, whether Jesus was who we say he is, the Son of God. He studied the whole thing, wrote a series of books that are just amazing. It's all about the evidence that proves the existence of a Creator, the existence of God, the existence of Jesus Christ. And listen, for those of you that don't believe, accept the challenge, because let me tell you, if you're wrong, if there is a God, you've got a lot to lose, my friends. I mean that. We as Christians don't want to see anybody take that loss. Read the book. If afterwards you're not convinced, just throw it on the side. Read the book. I think you'll find something in here that's going to be very interesting. And again, it's all about evidence. It's not about conjecture. It's not about pushing something down your throat. It's about evidence, and Lee does a tremendous job. Read the book, Is God Real? Lee Strobel. You can get it everywhere. Next, I got a couple of good interviews coming up. One of them, again, he wrote a book. This is from William D'Elia, very close with Russ Bufalino. He's one of the old timers. The book is The Life We Chose. Billy and I are going to be sitting down shortly in Russ Bufalino's house. And it's like a museum with all the photos that Russ has. I did a little bit from the book at one time, talked about Russ and his relationship with Marlon Brando during The Godfather. Very interesting, but great stories in here. For those of you that love the mob stuff, you're going to love this. I can't wait to sit down with Billy. He's a class act. We're going to have a great time and really enjoy it. What else? Mike Tyson, Chaz Palminteri, and me. We're going to be together on stage, the Remake Event, on January 25th, the Beacon Theater in New York City. Don't miss it. I'm telling you, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event with the three of us up there. Two guys from Brooklyn, one guy from the Bronx. We're going to talk about our experiences in the neighborhoods. How could you beat it? We got so many stories to tell that haven't been told by either of us. Different when the three of us get together and talk about the old times and some old stuff. Tickets are on sale. You can go to Ticketmaster, I believe it is, Ticketron, Ticketmaster, whatever it is. Go on sale. You can't miss it. The Beacon Theater, and that's January 25th. Tickets are moving very quickly, I can tell you that. And lastly, December 30th, I'm going to be in Woonsocket, just outside of Providence, Rhode Island. I'm going to be doing a deal there that night. It's going to be great. I got something very special to show the people of Providence. We all know that the mob did exist in that area. We're going to be talking about it. I have a special guest coming in, something that's never been seen before. I promise you that. VIP, of course. We're going to do book signings, Q&A. Again, you ask us anything that you want. It's going to be a great night. We're going to take care of the 2023, have a glass of champagne, bring in 2024, and hope and pray that it's a better one. So we got all of that. Lastly, I just want to thank all of you you that have become my partner in Franzese wine. The response we got has been overwhelming, so we're going to do it one more time. Next Friday, there's going to be an announcement, I should say. We are posting something. You have to register, put your email in, but this is an amazing opportunity, and so many people have responded overwhelmingly. Before we make it public, we're going to do one more private event, and man, this is very exciting. Franzese wine at 24 is going to be, something to really be proud of. I can tell you that. So thank all of you for jumping on board. Something that's become very, very popular and that I've avoided till this point, but I can't anymore because all of you keep asking me, Michael, what do you think about this? How do you react to this? This person said that. What do you think about this issue? What about that? And I know you love the mob stuff, but there's other things that we have to talk about too, coming from my perspective. And yes, people, I am no longer a mobster. I have left that life, of course. But you know what? I still have that perspective. That was my worldview at times, and there are things that I apply to everyday stuff that came from that perspective. So I got to do some reaction videos. I know you people love it, and there's things that just are mind-blowing. You go on YouTube, you go on social media, some of the things that people say, and I mean, from prominent people, just blow your mind. And I always have a reaction. I have an opinion like everybody else. And so I want to deal with 3 of them today. 3 of them. We're going to do this maybe once a week. If you like it, put it in a comment. Hey, Mike, this is great. I know some other people are doing it, so let me know. The first one, Andrew Tate. People, let me tell you something. You gotta love Andrew. Whether you don't like him or what, you gotta love the way he controls a room. Whenever he gets into the room, the guy is intelligent. He's quick on his feet. He rattles things off. He's got such command of information. He sits down with Piers Morgan. Now, Piers Morgan, one of the best out there, and he's brutal. He doesn't hold back. He comes after you. He's not taking it easy. As a matter of fact, I might be in front of Piers. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's for sure or not. But I'm going to be on tour in the United Kingdom in March, so they're setting that up possibly. But Andrew sat down with him, and I'm telling you, he controls the room even with Piers Morgan. And there was a number of things that he said that I can react to. I'm going to pick out one today because we can be here for the next 3 hours. Andrew gives you that much content and that much material. But this one, obviously, you're going to see is very, very important to me, I would say, because I've dealt with it. I've warned people about it. I'm telling you that this is occurring now, and it's very dangerous. Andrew responds to it. So play the tape. I'm going to stop it at one point and give my opinion as to what Andrew said at that point.
They could do this to anybody. Piers, they could do this to you. They could put you in a cell, put all over the media you're a sexual exploiter, and for 3 months talk about how bad you are when you can't defend yourself, and call everyone you've ever interacted with. And if anybody you were ever rude to once decides they want a payday or some fame, they can use it against you. It's insane.
So here it is. Andrew is saying exactly right. They can lock you up for 3 months. They can take away your rights. They can accuse you, make all sorts of accusations about you. They can go to everybody that you know, everybody who doesn't like you. They get something from and they try to hold it against you. They take away your rights. Andrew is 100% right. And you know what? It's not only Andrew Tate. It was Michael Franzese at one time. It was a lot of guys on the street, and it's happening now. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, you have to live in a hole or a cave not to realize that the party in power is weaponizing the Department of Justice and people that don't like Trump, to go against him. It's just so obvious, people. You can't deny it. You can't get away from it. You know that he's got hard treatment as compared to Hunter Biden, as compared to Joe Biden. The investigation on Joe Biden right now, come on. It's a racketeering investigation without a doubt. I've been through it. I had 3 racketeering cases. I know it like the back of my hand. So what am I saying? It's not to be political at the moment. It's just to say that you have to be careful when you get on the wrong side of the people and you allow the party in power to weaponize the tools, the offices that they have to go against people that disagree with their agenda. You are in real trouble. That's one of the biggest threats to any democracy, to any country, to any civilization. You cannot allow that to happen. Republican, Democrat, progressive, it doesn't matter, because listen, you're a Democrat now. If you allow the Republicans to do that, you're in trouble too. And let me tell you something. If Donald Trump does get in power and he immediately starts going against his political enemies to get revenge, you're going to hear me talk against that. You are going to hear me talk against that. That's not what we hire or elect a president to do. We elect a president to take care of our country, to act in the country's best interests. Honestly, that's what it's all about. And remember, mark my words, if Trump becomes president and he starts making political attacks and weaponizes the Department of Justice the way Biden has done against him to go after his political enemies, you will hear me say, Donald, stop. It's wrong. It's dangerous to all of America. Remember, people, we're the people. We have to do what's in the best interest of our rights. We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our kids, our families, our neighbors. We cannot allow people in power to abuse their positions and come after us because we disagree with them. You just can't do it. That's exactly what Tate is talking about. And he's right. You know what? Where are the charges against Tate? All of this has kind of died down. They put him in jail for 3 months. They took away his rights. They went to everybody. He said it. Everybody. Maybe somebody doesn't like him. They say something. Do people lie when they don't like you? Of course they do. We know that. We live in the real world. You know, is that right? Because he has a different agenda? Because he speaks out? Because he's not the normal guy that just sits there and doesn't talk? He's experienced it. And I know many guys on the street that have experienced that also. And I see it happening now. And it's wrong. All of this silencing of your political enemies, it's wrong. You can't do that. You know, all of this censoring, all of this stuff to keep us quiet, it's no good, people. The reason I'm so strong about this is because I love my country. I love America. I really do. I want this to be the same America that I grew up in for my kids and my grandchildren. And you should all feel the same way. Republican, Democrat, progressive, independent, if they're not doing the right thing and they are doing something that could erode our inalienable rights, then we should put them out of office. We should speak up, speak out. It's not even politics at that point. It's just for our welfare. It's protecting our rights. So Andrew, you see what he says? I love what he says. You know, Piers Morgan says, hey, I'm interviewing you. He stops him. He says, no, I got a question. I want you to answer it. I want you to answer it. Andrew, you're great. You know what, Andrew? Keep doing this. Keep doing this because somebody's got to speak out. So that's Andrew Tate. You know, I'm with him 100%. I'm sorry. And listen, for all you people that talked about him, there's no charges yet. He hasn't gone to trial. Who knows what they're trying to... You know, there is a difference. Let me tell you how the government would investigate organized crime. They would say, okay, that guy's in organized crime. Let's see what crimes he's committing. It's not the normal way where a crime is committed and then they go investigate it. No. Here they're investigating the person looking for the crime. That's what they did with Andrew. Investigated the person looking for the crime, trying to create the crime. So we'll see what happens, you know, innocent till proven guilty. That's why I speak up that way. There's no obvious, you know, crime that he committed at this point. It's not obvious. It's not out there. It's not black and white. It's not on paper. No, it's not. So let's see what happens. That's Andrew Tate. Andrew, I'm with you. And you know what? Everybody should be with you on this point that you just made just now. Okay, this one, I got to tell you. I know this fella, Myron, okay? I did an interview with him on a different channel. He was an ex-DEA agent, and he has a very interesting platform on YouTube, different than this. And then he also has this where he interviews a lot of women, and he talks about today's issues, I guess. And in this one, he's having a debate with a woman. I guess we call it a debate. And his question is, what advantage is there to marriage? And Myron, I got to tell you, man, I don't know if you've had some issues in the past with women. I don't know. We never got personal with that. But man, you're really off on this one. And the young lady's kind of off too, you know, in her response. I don't understand the young girls of today, some of the responses that they have. But let's play this video. Let me give you my reaction.
Name one benefit that a man gets from a marriage that he wouldn't get in a regular relationship.
Just one.
I think a lot of men who choose to get married are incentivized by the fact that they are able to claim that woman as theirs. And
but name one benefit that they would get in a marriage that they wouldn't get in a regular relationship.
Well, I think even though it's not 100%, there's peace of mind that that woman is not going to be loyal to you.
The answer is there's none. You're dancing around it. There is none. So my thing is this. I think it's in a man's best interest to stay Peter Pan, as you would say. And I think women shame men because men gain their value in their 40s. Men understand the sexual marketplace better. They understand that women have no leverage in their 40s. And they date down and they get younger, more attractive girls. And that's the best way to go in today's day and age where we live in a deregulated sexual marketplace where women could take everything they got, take their kids, etc. Why the hell would a guy want to commit to women nowadays when when honestly we got wholeflation.
I think it's also setting a good example to children that you have a family nucleus, and I think there's something to be said about that.
Well, you can do that without the state getting involved in getting
You know
married.
what? I think.
Okay, Myron, first of all, you're basing this whole relationship with a woman on sex. It's obvious. That's what it is to you. It's all about sex. Oh, a guy in his 40s, he knows more. A woman is not going to control him. He's made more money at that point and all that. You asked the question, what advantage is there to marriage? I went to a very dear friend of mine's 50th anniversary party last night. The advantage? What a legacy this couple has created with their kids, with the church that they built, with the world-renowned legacy that they have built together as a family, went through hell and high water. I don't think you're grasping that. Look, I've been married 38 years. Have we had our ups and downs? Yes, but you know what the difference is? Commitment. You go through stuff together. You have children. You raise those children together. You're side by side. You go through thick and thin. Yes, ups and downs, of course. But when you have a commitment and you share a deep love, you know that you made a bond and you took a vow between one another, and you have a deep love and a commitment for one another, you get through all this stuff. You fight through it because there's value there. You create value among two people. It's not all about sex. Of course, sex is a part of it. Intimacy is a part of it. You know, and that's the difference too. When you're married, it's an intimacy that you share among one another. And does that have troubles at times? Of course, we live in the real world. Things come in, distractions come in, things happen at times. But you can't beat a strong love, a commitment among two people that are building a legacy for themselves and their children. And when you get old, you have somebody to share that companionship with, somebody to take care of you, somebody that really, really loves who you are for who you are, not for what you gave them or what you can provide for them. And let me tell you something, you know, I'll take it a step further. As a man, you are supposed to provide for your wife. You are supposed to take care of her. You are supposed to protect her. Is that demeaning? No. If the woman wants to work, if she has a career, great. You do it together, okay? You complement one another. You build a life together. This is not all about just having a relationship, a fling. Okay, you know what? There's no commitment. If I don't like you, if the sex dries up, if I see somebody prettier than you or more handsome than you, I jump ship. What is that? What do you go from one another? So when you're in 40s, all of a sudden you became smart. What does it mean when you're in your 40s? How about when you're in your 20s and you're starting out together? Like this couple did. They had nothing. They started out together and they built a legacy. You know, my wife and I got out of prison. I had to start all over again. She hung in there with me for 8 years. We had to start to rebuild our children, the whole stuff that we went through it together. Okay? And again, even through the ups and downs, when you have that commitment and you have that love, you get through it. That's what this is all about. No marriage is perfect. No relationship is perfect, but you get through it. And as for you, young lady, you know, they want to own you. What did you say? They want to claim you. That's what a marriage. I didn't claim my wife when I married her. That's a silly thing to say. A guy should want to marry you because he's in love with you, because he wants to take care of you, because he wants to provide for you, because he wants to build a family with you. You know, that's what it should be about. What do you mean claim? This is not a deed to a house. I never heard anything so silly. I don't know what this generation is thinking about. And Myron, look, you're a friend. I like you. You can't beat a good marriage, my friend. You know, you can't beat it. And I know it's becoming a thing of the past in many, many ways, but you talk to people that have been together for 30, 40, 50 years, it's a treasure, the way they talk about each other. They tell you the stories, how they lost it, how they got up and down. They know each other so intimately well, you can't beat it, my friend. And you know what? I do consider you a friend. I hope you find that out at some point in time. I really do. Because, you know, if you don't find a relationship like that, we were meant to be together and to be in a marriage. We really were. You know, so, hey, listen, young lady, I disagree with you. And if some guy's trying to claim you, that's not the guy you want to marry. Trust me. And you don't want to claim your husband. Now, once you're together, it's you and him. That's it. You don't want to do anything else. But if you want to claim you, forget it. You know, run. Go the other way. And Myron, like I said, I hope you find a good marriage. Bye.
Are exploring their gender. I'm a 4th grade teacher here in Florida.
Oh my God. What school is that? So everybody listen. What school are you teaching?
Well, I teach it, I actually don't want to share that with you right now because right-wing extremists will come after me, but yes, I teach 4th grade and I make sure that my students very much explore their gender. I actually bring in a basket for them to explore their gender so they have like hard hats and tiaras and jock straps so that they can try out different genders because, you know, you right-wing extremists are into that gender binary, which is very oppressive.
So I'm just going to, just really fast, I'm not a right-wing extremist. I'm actually a
You have an American flag on your shirt.
I'm a United States Air Force veteran. My parents are legal immigrants from the Middle East.
Okay, now this one is going to blow your mind. I don't know whether to laugh or cry over something like this. Valuetainment, Vincent Oshana, good friend, love the guy. He's part of Patrick Bet-David's crew, met him several times. And he's sitting down with this woman who is a 4th grade teacher. God forbid any of you have kids in that woman's classroom. Take them out right now. Take them out. What is going on? Is there lunacy in this world? This woman actually has credentials and is allowed to teach in a 4th grade classroom? Are you kidding me? What parent would allow that? As hope all of you anybody that has a child in her classroom, I hope you're watching this and you remove them immediately. Do you hear what she's saying? Do you hear what she's saying? She's a 4th grade teacher. First of all, she's calling him a right-wing extremist because he has an American flag on his chest. Now we're not allowed to be a patriot in America. You're a right-wing extremist if you're a patriot in America. Really? Democrats, are any of you patriots? Progressives, are any of you patriots? Are you ashamed of the American flag? If you are, leave. Get the heck out of the country. You don't belong here. You don't belong to have the benefits that this country has given every single one of us. Okay? I'm so tired of hearing this. If you don't like this country, get out. All of those that you said when Donald Trump was going to become president, you were all leaving. None of you left. Not one of you left. Why? Because this is America and there's no better place on the place of the planet, okay, at this point. Hopefully we won't destroy it and it becomes something else. We don't want that. But he's a right-wing extremist. He also fought in the war. His parents were legal, get the word, legal immigrants. They came into this country and they raised their son to be a patriot because they knew they came from somewhere else. They knew how great they had it in America and they raised their son to be an American patriot. And she's abusing him for that, calling him a right-wing extremist. Get rid of this woman. Now, let's get to the point of this. She's bringing in paraphernalia, a jockstrap and stuff to 4th grade students because she says it's crazy, this is basically what she's saying, to believe that there are 2 genders, a man and a woman. Can't believe that anymore. So what if that one of her students, okay, wants to become a dog, a cat, an alien? Is that okay too? People, there are men and there are women. There are males and there are female. That's it. Now, if we start to get into all the other stuff, that's another issue also altogether. But you can't deny the fact that you are at birth either a male or a female. That's it. How do you let this woman into a classroom? And she's got a mask on. COVID has been gone for 2 years. I don't know what she's doing. What is she worried about now? Been gone for 2 years. This is a lunatic. And anybody that believes or sides with this woman, you are also a lunatic. This is lunacy. You are destroying the youth of America. Let me tell you this, okay? My daughter Amanda was a tomboy growing up. I was in jail for most of the time, but she was a tomboy. She liked to do boy things. Now she's married with 2 children. She's a woman. She grew into herself. She understood. My son, because he grew up with 2 older sisters, used to wear a tutu. I was in jail. I wouldn't have allowed it. I'm going to be honest with you. But my wife said, it's okay. It's a boy. He's got these 2 sisters. They dress him up and all of that. Okay? Did he become a girl? Did he all of a sudden, should we have ran him in to get surgery? You know, should we have puberty blockers at that point? Of course not. He was a young kid. You got to let these kids express themselves. You don't mean that they go under the knife and take, puberty blockers and all of a sudden say, okay, he's not really a boy, he's a girl, or he's not really a girl, he's a boy. What the heck is going on here? These are kids. They're children, okay? They can't drive until they're 16, 17, but they can get puberty blockers in 4th grade? This is what's being allowed in this country. It's insanity. It is insanity. This group of people, they should be ostracized. They should be isolated. They should go in for some kind of therapy. There's something wrong with them. At the end of the day, I don't know what their agenda is. I don't know what they're trying to prove. I don't understand it. There's something mentally wrong with these people. Yes, I said it. All of this stuff is crazy. Now, let me explain something. Let me be clear. I am not in any way, shape, or form advocating violence against these people. I'm not saying anything. I think they need help. I really do. I really do. They think they need help, that in the 4th grade, they have to start telling people, okay, telling young children about sex and trying to convince them that maybe they aren't who they think they are or who they were born to be. This is crazy stuff, people. We've got to get a hold of this. It's crazy. You know, other countries are looking in. Let me tell you something. China is smart. They know what they're doing through TikTok. They are indoctrinating our children into thinking things that they shouldn't be thinking at this point. We have to put a stop to this. We have to get a lunatic like this woman, get her out of the classroom. And I love what Vincent says, God forbid, you know, if you're a school teacher down here, everybody's listening, get your kid out of there. I totally agree. This is lunacy. People, get a hold of yourselves. Come on, man. Vincent, I stand with you all the way on this. This lunatic lady, do something with her. Get her therapy. That's the best we can do. Get her into church. Okay, really. Get her into church, you know. Maybe she'll learn something there. Who knows? Anyway, that's it for today. You know, I'm telling you, you know, I don't even know what to say about some of the things that I'm hearing. I've got so many of these lined up. I mean, some of the things that people say will blow your mind, people. It's just crazy. It really is. We live in a crazy world. We really do. And man, we got to get a grip. So that's it for today, my friends. How do I always leave you? You got a couple of weeks yet before Christmas. Do your shopping. Enjoy your family and friends. Have a great time. You young people out there, be careful. You know, I mean it, be careful. And this is a time for family. It's a time for friends. It's a time to be thankful for the blessings that we have in this world. And I really mean that, you know. And look, and as a Christian and as somebody who has so much to be grateful for, I could easily be dead or in prison for the rest of my life. It's what I earned for myself on the street. But you know, for some reason, God had a different plan and a purpose for me, and I never forget it. Not the perfect guy by any means, but I never forget that. So I remind you all, have a very, very festive, merry, and thankful Christmas season. And how do I always leave you? Same way, be safe, okay? Be safe, be healthy. God bless each and every one of you and all of your families. And yes, see you next time. Take care.